Hey Canucks fans, welcome to the Line Change postgame show here on October 16th, 2025 between the Vancouver Canucks and the Dallas Stars, where our Vancouver Canucks defeated the Dallas Stars by a final score of 5-3. Now, before we dive into our show and break down this game, I want to give a quick shout out and thank you to my sponsor, Gassy Jack Art, maker of this amazing artwork you see behind my shoulder here. And you guys can check them out yourselves at GassyJackArt.com. You guys can also find him on Instagram at Gassy Jack Art. I have a link to his website in the description down below. Moving forward, let's go ahead and break down this game. Let's go ahead and check out NHL.com. And as you can see, the headline, Canucks score 4 goals in second period, rally past the Stars. Thatcher Demko makes 28 saves for Vancouver. And then let's go ahead and just break it all down. Shots on goal through 3 periods. First period, Dallas outshot Vancouver 14-6. In the second period, it was the other way around. Vancouver outshooting Dallas 12-6. And then the third period, it was Dallas outshooting the Canucks 11-8. Final shots in the game were 31-26 in favor of Dallas. So obviously that is a big positive that the Canucks were able to actually, well, for lack of a better term, put the puck on net. Now, we saw in the first few games of the season, Canucks were getting severely outshot. This one was a bit of a different scenario, as they were right up there with Dallas when it came to shots on goal. Looking down to the game stats, we had the faceoffs were 42.6% for the Vancouver Canucks, 23 out of 54, and then Dallas just edging them out 57.4% with 31 out of 54. Power play, the Canucks, surprisingly, their power play was a tad bit better than Dallas's, as they were a 66.7% on the power play, 2 out of 3, while Dallas was a 50% with 2 out of 4. Penalty minutes, 8 for the Canucks, 6 for the Dallas Stars. Hits were 26-21 in favor of the Canucks. Dallas just edged out the Canucks, 20-15 with blocked shots. Giveaways were 12-11. Obviously, the last game, giveaways were very bad for the Vancouver Canucks. This one, not too terrible, but still, you don't like seeing giveaways. Takeaways were 4-3 in favor of Dallas. Now, let's go back up to the scoring, and let's go ahead and break out the Edge goal visualizer. The first goal of the game, Maverick Bourque of the Dallas Stars, as you can see here. Right off the face-off, back to the point, back up to the circle, and then Maverick Bourque is able to put it past Thatcher Demko. Moving on to Mikko Rantanen for the second Dallas goal. Let's go ahead and take a look at the visualizer. Dallas has it back in their own end. They move the puck up, pass up to Heinz, I believe it was, Robertson, to Rantanen, and he fires it from the top of the circle to put the puck past Thatcher Demko. Moving on to the second period, and this is where the Canucks really came alive. Filipino would score at 6:40 on a beautiful pass from Evander Kane. Let's go ahead and check it out on the visualizer. As you can see here, Evander Kane with the puck here, moves it all the way up to Filipino, who's able to stay onside, and he's able to deke out Casey DeSmith to put the puck in the net. Moving on, we have Brock Boeser would score it at 8 minutes and 50 seconds to tie the game up at 2, assisted by Elias Pettersson and Quinn Hughes. Let's take a look at the visualizer there. As you can see here, Pettersson with the puck, moves it back to Quinn Hughes, who shoots it, and Brock Boeser is able to, I believe he tipped it in. Tip in. So there you go. And then Max Zassin, the call-up from Abbotsford after Braden Coots was sent back down to the WHL, would make it 3-2 Vancouver at 10:06. As you can see here, Marcus Pettersson with the puck, passing up. I'm not sure if Kane actually touched it. Up to Sasson, who comes in and is able to bury it past Casey DeSmith. Next up, we had Connor Garland, and I don't know about you guys, but to me, this was the goal of the game, as it was an absolute beauty at 18:54 to make it 4-2 Canucks. Let's take a look at the visualizer. As you can see here, Garland with the puck behind the net, loses it, gets it back, moves it down the corner, And then Elias Pettersson actually causes that interrupted pass, and Garland is able to get it in on the backhand. Moving up, we have down to the third period. Wyatt Johnston would score on the power play to make it 4-3 at 17 minutes and 52 seconds. Let's take a look at the visualizer. As you can see here, Mikko Rantanen gets the puck, passes it up to Robertson, who leaves it for, I believe it's Sagan, who moves it over and puts the puck in the net. Now, Quinn Hughes would score a empty net power play goal at 19:23 to seal the deal for the Vancouver Canucks. As you can see here, Garland with the puck behind the Canucks and passes it up to Hughes, sees DeSmith is leaving the net, so he just goes ahead and fires it from his own end and scores. Now, where is it? All right. I'm going to bring in my good friend, Gerald, and we're going to just break down the game and talk about it. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and bring in my buddy, Gerald.
Hey, man. Hey, Ty.
Well, what are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Sorry, just give me 1 sec. I'm just sort of setting up. Give me a sec here. Wow, that was quick. It was a game that I think had to be won.
Yeah, for
Can you
sure.
hear me?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, yeah, because especially talking with Wit, I think on Unleashed with Jordan. For that 8-2 start, this game had to be won. So typically the Canucks don't fare so well with good teams. I mean, this year Edmonton beat them. St. Louis, that fringe kind of team, beat them too. And this game was going to be tough because Dallas coming in was already 3-0. So this was their first loss this season. I think a lot of people wrote this one off, and surprisingly, they came out, on the better end of the score sheet. So that was really good to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Like I mentioned earlier, the shots weren't too outrageous when it came to the opposing team. For those first few games, Canucks were severely getting outshot. This one, it felt a lot closer. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like I believe it was the Edmonton. Wait, let me think. Yeah, it was the Edmonton game, the one you and I watched together,
Mm-hmm.
and it was 15 shots. So the outing against St. Louis, they were definitely a lot better. They threw on a lot of shots, and then this game, it kind of piggybacked off that. So at least they're having the shots, but I feel like there's people like PD that still needs to shoot more. Even though, the shots for the game, they look comparable, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of other chances which they kind of gave up on. The power play was one of them. That first power play goal that they that they got off of Besser from Huggy, that looked like a really good power play. But they were with PD on the puck on the side, there were many chances where he could have just moved in, took a shot, but he hesitated, held on to the puck. He held on to the puck a lot longer than he should have, and those are the times that your 11.6 person should be shooting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other opportunities during that period. I think he held it, like he didn't shoot it, and it just makes me question. Does he want to shoot? Like, is there an issue, or why is he holding it? It just seems a lot like last year.
Yeah, definitely. And I even said for the first couple games, it looked like he was shooting. What seems like that's, at least in the last couple games, he's had that hesitation. I saw a little bit of that tonight for sure. I believe it was actually on the power play where he, just like instantly passed it off when he could have easily shot.
Right.
But yeah, like I don't know what's going on with Petey when it comes to that. Like I said, the first couple games, it looked like he was, when he had the puck on his stick, he gripped it and ripped it. But it seems like in the last couple games, he's kind of that hesitation has crept back in on him. Hopefully, he can change that going forward, and it's not another case of last year again.
Do you ever think why? Like why he hasn't ripped it like the past? Like why is there that hesitation?
I'm actually not sure. Maybe it's a lack of confidence in his shot or something along those lines. I noticed he had at least one shot on goal, which I guess Justin will be happy about. But it was only one shot. I actually had to
Yeah.
look. But yeah, I think he even said, like I should be getting like 3 shots on goal. Well, for the last 4 games, you've had like 2.
Yeah. It's
So yeah.
rough. Like he's averaging a shot a game, even if that. I think there was a game he didn't have one. Um, did he have a shot in Edmonton? I can't remember, but it seemed like he didn't.
I'm not sure
Um,
exactly if he did or not. That may have been the one game that he didn't, or that may have
yeah.
been actually last game.
So yeah, I mean him not shooting. I mean, at least the rest of the team has sort of woken up, and play drivers like Garland. They're God, like he could have had like 3 goals in
Mm-hmm.
this game. I mean, if you watched it closely, there was one, the wraparound. There was one on the power play that I can't remember which defenseman was it. Anyways, it was a Stars player that kind of tipped his shot. It was like wide open on the power play on the left. Um, so that would have been plus the goal that he had. It would have been 3 easily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean that goal that he scored where he was behind the net and
beauty.
beauty. And even though I don't think Pedersen got an assist on that, but you have
No,
to give him props. He helped set that up by like
yeah,
blocking that Dallas player from getting a pass across, and then Garland just steals it and absolutely dangles the pants right off of Casey DeSmith and
yeah.
the Dallas player in front of the net too. And yeah, that was chef kiss, beautiful. And that's the Garland that we know. And yeah,
I mean,
like you said, he almost had a hat trick. He should have had a hat trick tonight.
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, to be very honest, of the this is the 4th game, right? So of the 4 games, who's stood out? It's been Garland. I mean, like Sherwood's been on the score sheet. He's been like a pass, and he's been great on PK. But to be honest, like a player that's game in, game out since game 1 was Garland. Like he's been there in the dirty areas. But this game even it showed up even more, and he was rewarded on the score sheet. But the other games, he it was just unfortunate, like bad puck luck that he couldn't get the goal in. But yeah, I'm excited for Garland this year, and that I mean that's why he got that extension, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they even said this on the broadcast. He was due for a goal after how he's been playing, like you just mentioned, how he's been playing
Yeah.
through all 4 of the games. He was due for a goal, and luckily it was a beautiful one. And hopefully the Canucks can bring this momentum into Chicago tomorrow. Um, I know it's the Blackhawks, and some people might be already writing them off, like the Blackhawks, but you never know, right?
No, dude. I mean, in the
Especially on the
schedule, if
back to
you
back.
look at it, this is a trap. This is one of those trap games. Like people expect them to win. I mean, if you look at the recent years, these games, they're not great at back-to-backs. I mean, last year especially, but the year before, that's when they actually won those back-to-backs. But in Canucks history, they usually fare pretty poorly on back-to-back games. And this one, even though it's Chicago, they're supposed to be at the the worst of the league. I watched a bit of their game the other night, and they played well. I think it was against Florida. I can't remember, but yeah, I mean, this team you shouldn't snooze on. Like, it isn't in the bag for the Canucks. I mean, if they play like the Canucks that they played tonight, then yeah, okay. There's no chance for Chicago, but if they think, you know what, oh, Chicago, we don't have to be awake for this one, you know, that's something that they need to question themselves. Like, I mean, this game itself, they had two good periods, the second and the third. And out of the last four games, that's equivalent to like a game, three periods of hockey. If you look at it, all 12 periods of hockey from start of the season until now, they had a great third period in game one. And then they pretty much dropped off for the last two games, or the one in Edmonton and then the one in at home against St. Louis. And then today's game, they were down 2-0 in the first, then finally woke up in the second, came on and poured in four goals, which is awesome. And then the third was okay. I mean, there was one goal, I think it was the Huggy goal, the empty netter, and they tried to hold on to the lead. But defensively, I think it was, they played okay. So all in all, I would say, yeah, they had one full good game spread through two of three periods, one in at home, the home opener, and then two tonight. So if they can consistently play these types of games like tonight, then I think it's not as bad as everyone thought. Like last game, people were panicking. I don't know if you were, but yeah, it seemed like a huge panic.
Yeah, definitely a lot of Canucks fans were panicking. I wasn't really panicking because, having watched this team for so many years, I don't panic this early in the season. Maybe if
Yeah.
we were in January, then yeah, maybe I'd be panicking just a little bit. But I usually never try and panic before at least December. That's just my own, how I've always thought. But let's quickly take a look at some of the stats for this game. So it looks like Brock Besser, 21 minutes ice time. Garland had 20:56.
Nice.
Just looking through here. Philip Hronek, 23 minutes and 27 seconds. Quinn was at 25 minutes, which is no surprise because I heard them say on the broadcast he played 8 or 9 minutes of that first period.
No, I mean it was 8 or 9 minutes in, and he already played 4.5 minutes in the
Oh, yeah,
first.
right.
Yeah,
And you
Kane
had
played
Sherwood was
like
at. Mm-hmm.
yeah, Kane played a long game too. I think he was somewhere around like 18 minutes. Wasn't too bad, right?
Yeah, he was
I
at
can't see it. It's like this.
17:41.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is I think okay. I mean, he started the game not. He wasn't great on that when he first started the game because he had what Sherwood um, and Ratu. He was on that game, or sorry, on that line, and it didn't seem like they gelled. What did you think?
Yeah, I didn't really see too much gelling with Sherwood, but I did see they briefly, I don't know how long, but I noticed at one point they had PD Garland and Kane, that line
Yeah,
that Foot mentioned he was thinking about doing. And I believe, wasn't that the line that when Garland scored, the line that was on the ice?
yeah,
So the fact that it led to a goal, I'm intrigued to see that line do more. I couldn't really see any chemistry. But I did see some chemistry with Kane and Hedel on Hedel's
oh
goal.
yeah,
So perhaps having Kane with Hedel could be beneficial. But I do want to see them, at least test out this PD Garland Kane line as the first line. hopefully they'll do that tomorrow night, and we'll see a little bit more of it. But yeah.
But let's be honest here. Like with the line juggles for this specific game, don't you think they're trying to jumpstart PD?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But I can't remember who I was talking to, but like, why would 11.6 person need jump starting, right? Like, I mean, shouldn't you be the one that's jump starting a line? Like, it kind of pisses me off that they have to do this. And if you look at, the projections, beginning of the season, before, even, when we had the full core, what was the projected line, for them? It was PD, Besser, and DeBrusque, right? And then you would have Garland, Bluger, and Hogs. That would be like your third line. So right now, technically, would that mean that you're paying your $11.6 million player to play on a third line pairing, which is PD, Garland, and King, or PD, Garland, and they started the game, I think it was with O'Connor. So what the hell is going on, right? Like it seems like it's a third line with
Mm-hmm.
PD. And the first line was Hedel. Especially after Hedel got that goal. It was like, who is your first line center? It
Yeah.
seems like Hedel is the first line center right now, like from the games that we've watched so far. And PD is, you know, not really even a second. It'd be like a third. And yeah, that's just something I think he needs to step it up. Like people need to like get it to his head, like reporters, media, whoever's doing those interviews, be like, "Hey, man, what's going on? Like, can you give us some insight? Like, it's game 4. Like, how much more time do you need to like start?" I
Mm-hmm.
think that's a question that needs to be asked.
Yeah, especially considering he's completely 100% healthy.
Yeah,
So it's like what people keep saying. What's the excuse now? There's no JT. There's no. They said at the beginning of the season, the locker room vibes were good.
yeah,
Well, it doesn't seem like it because PD's not. It's still the same old PD from like what, year and a half ago. So
after the All-Star break
just after the All-Star
in
break is when
24.
this whole thing started with PD, and I'm even seeing a little bit on, I think it's on X, people bringing up the conversation. Did we trade the wrong guy? That's starting to come up again. Um, but
Yeah, but to be very honest, if we look on X, it's pretty toxic.
mhm,
Like from online, if you look at it at from a fan base to fan base perspective, Canucks Twitter or Canucks X is quite toxic. It's
mhm,
like a lot of these people are ratchet, like they're savage.
mhm,
But it's funny because I go through some of those messages. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a lot of people that don't know what they're talking about when they throw shade. Like they don't even have the right stats or any of it, and they be just throwing shade for the sake of throwing shade. And
mhm.
that's, I mean, if you have something legit to say because of play or because of their stats, then okay, fine, that's great. But if you don't, I don't think people should really be running their mouths and be more accountable for what they say. Like they just think, oh yeah, no one knows who I am. I can just say whatever the hell I want. Like that's just irresponsible, right?
Mhm. I'm gonna take a little bit more look at this. I zoomed in a little bit. Hopefully now you can
Yep,
see it.
I can see. Thank
But
you.
yeah, Besser 1 goal, Garland goal and assist. I could have sworn. Wait, where is it? Where's Quinn? I could have sworn Quinn had 2 assists, but I guess I was wrong.
No, it was just the
Goal and
assist
assist.
on the Besser goal.
Yeah. Again, PD with the 1 point, with the 1 assist. And then down here, one shot. Specifically highlighting PD here. 20 minutes and 33 seconds. Power play time, 4 minutes and 2 seconds. Shorthanded, 1 minute and 9 seconds. And then 15:22 on even strength. He had one giveaway, one takeaway. He did have 3 block shots. So you have to give him that. 10 faceoffs, 1 out of 15. He was a 40% on the faceoff. So while we didn't see any offense, at least he kind of showed up when it came to the block shots and the faceoffs, which I guess is a positive. But again, you're not paid $11.6 million to block shots or take faceoffs.
Yeah.
So
I mean that last one in the third period, yeah, okay, you did your job, but that's what you're kind of paid for, right? Like he used to be a defensive player, and it's just he hasn't been deployed in that sense in the last season or a season and a half since Talkett came, right? We just need to see those shots. Like once it's kind of like when we play basketball. I mean, I play basketball with a bunch of guys every week, and it's when you see the shot, shoot it. It's kind of also like it doesn't matter if you miss or not. It's kind of like the Gretzky quote where you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So if you don't take the shots, the goals aren't going to come, man. Do you expect to be 1 for 1 every time? Take the shots, man. Just take it when you have that shot.
yeah, definitely. I mean, can't really say that for Quinn. Quinn always grips it and rips it when he has the puck at the point, and not every single time it's going to hit the net, but he still, shoots it.
Yeah.
And you never know. A good bounce may happen at any point. Could bounce off another, player's stick or their body or whatnot. But you're never going to know if you don't shoot.
Like with Quinn, the Besser goal last game, it was St. Louis, right? I think that was the goal that Besser got that kind of wrap around and just went in. That was because Quinn shot it, deflected, and Besser got the puck, and then he shot it in from a weird angle. So if, say, today's power play, even though they scored, Besser scored because of the tip, because of the Quinn shot, if PD had shot it on the chances that he had before, they could have potentially got a goal too, right? But it was probably halfway through the power play before they got that goal, or more than halfway through. So why waste all that time, right? But on the other hand, I have to say with the shots, I think Quinn was doing a little too much or carrying the team on his shoulders last game. I think it was the St. Louis game that he took a shot when he shouldn't have, and that led to the empty net goal. So obviously that's a different scenario because you don't have a goaltender in there. But for PD, he needs to take the team on his back if you're being paid the most on this team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, what do you think of the Abbey line tonight?
Yeah, Avalanche, I actually really enjoyed it. I saw they did that, had Sasson, Carlson, and Ratu on the line, and it looked like Brandon Astle quite liked it too. I saw him posting something on Instagram about it, and I think it was on a little bit on Twitter too. But that goal by Sasson was so good.
Yeah.
The guy has so much speed, and I having watched him during the Abbey playoff run last year, I noticed that like right away, like just specifically watching him, just how much speed he has. And
Yeah.
I'm really glad that he's getting this chance to prove himself. I think JPAT actually tweeted, he looked, and this is not a knock on Coots, he looked a lot better than Coots did, and he's got a goal to show for it. So,
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is his first game this year,
mhm.
but he obviously should have made the team if it wasn't for Coots.
Yeah.
So he pretty much lost his spot to Coots. But with that said, after he was sent down, I think of the 2 games, he already has a goal each game, and one of them was a game winner.
Mm-hmm.
So it's bound to happen. I mean, Sasson was supposed to come out either way, but what I don't like is how people are comparing, you know, Baines and him, and saying that Baines should have been sent down instead of Sasson, and like right now, especially with that goal today, because Baines wasn't involved in that goal. That look, we're right. Sasson should have been up here, and Baines should have been wait. Like, dude, cut the guy some slack, man.
Mm-hmm.
Even in some of our group chats, people are still busting on Baines, and I like, man, the guy can actually play some D, and that's something we need on the fourth line, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he says he had 7 minutes and 23 seconds today. And then Sasson was 9:17. So, still relatively low ice time for both of them.
Yeah.
Baines did have one giveaway, which is, it's only one giveaway. It's not going to kill us. But Sasson where is it? Sasson lost 2 faceoffs, but obviously you can't compare that with Baines because he's not a center. But this was just a down game for Baines, and hopefully he turns it around next game. But he still looked good, at least in my opinion, through the first 3 games. We just haven't seen it on the score sheet.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and Ratu played less than 10 minutes or less than 9 minutes.
yeah, just under
Wow.
9 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, because I was actually talking to some people earlier today, and I'm thinking, when Bluger comes back, like what are we gonna do with that? Because Sasson is here. Who do you send down? And I think, for me personally, I was thinking, wow, like with the lines that they had today with Connor, like Doc, Petey, and Garland. Doc messed up, man. Like that goal, it should have been a goal. I think if it was anyone else that was on that wing or in his position would have gotten that goal. And we're paying this guy 2.5 million a year for 2 years, and this is year one. I much would have reallocated that money towards someone like Sherwood, who actually, hits. He was like the hits leader of the whole league last year, scored almost 20 goals. I think it was 19 goals last year. This year, he had that killer of a game, the 2 goals. He put the team on his back. So why not, right? But with that said, I would say like Drew O'Connor should be the one that gets thrown in the press when Bluger comes back. And then maybe Ratu gets thrown on the wing with Sasson and then Baines to form the other. Actually, no, that wouldn't work because Carlson's still around. Um, yeah, maybe keep the Abbey line intact with Sasson, Baines, and Carlson, and then move Ratu up to whatever line like Petey and Garland or whoever it is. But I think Ratu's played well this season.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah.
was his face-offs tonight?
Ratu's faceoffs were, let's see, 2. He was 2 for 2.
Yeah,
So about
pretty good.
50%.
I mean, playing like 9 minutes, like
Yeah.
2 face-offs. I mean, since we're talking about face-offs, let's look at the actual first line, second line centers that took face-offs. What was their?
Okay, so we already went over Petey. Petey was 10 for 15. Let's see. Hedel was 6 for 8.
40%? That's not bad.
Yeah, and then well, I guess it was Ratu was the third line, so 2 for 2.
And then Sasson.
And Sasson was 0 for 2.
Okay. I mean, it's his first game. He needs to adjust to the NHL. I mean, give him some time. He
Mm-hmm.
got the goal. I mean, it takes time. Um, for God's sakes, look, even Brock, Brock had, what is it, three? Is that right?
Yeah. Looks like Brock had 3 faceoffs won and 2 losses, so he was a 60%. But I think that was just because maybe he had to come in and take the faceoff
Yeah.
for a wave. Because I know Sasson, or no, I believe it was Ratu got waved out at one point.
Yeah.
So that may have been when Brock came in and took one of the faceoffs. But yeah, that's interesting that Brock was 3 for 2.
Yeah.
So 60% for someone who doesn't really take a whole lot of faceoffs.
Maybe it
Carlson
was just his
was
lucky night.
1 for 0. So he had 100%, but he only took one in 7 minutes and 44 seconds. So Kiefer Sherwood was 1 for 1, 50%. And that's it for the faceoffs, at least for the Canucks.
Yeah, because I think after watching the first power play that Dallas scored on, my gut feeling was, man, we missed Bluger. I mean, last game I was watching it and I was thinking, man, we missed Bluger. We need him back. But tonight's game, I mean, everyone kind of pulled their weight, which is great. But I think if once we have Bluger back and Hogs back, I think the team should do fairly better than what we saw the last two games, not tonight's game, but the previous two games. And then at that point would be who do you leave on the team and who sits in the press and who gets sent down, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
And by Christmas, who knows? Like maybe a trade happens.
Yeah, definitely. Were you surprised that they had DeSmith start?
A little bit, but I think it was good that they did
Yeah,
because um I don't know, maybe DeSmith called for it. Maybe he wanted to play the Canucks just to be like, hey, I'm doing awesome in Dallas.
yeah,
Because I mean,
definitely.
if you look at the stats, I think DeSmith played well against the Canucks last year. If you look at the stats,
Mm-hmm.
Ottinger is Ottinger, but I think of the games that DeSmith played against the Canucks for Dallas last year, I think he's won
Yeah.
in the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I think that game last year that some of us were talking about, where the Canucks had that big comeback, I think DeSmith
Oh, they were
played
down
that game.
three
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. I believe it was DeSmith in that game too.
Yeah.
So
So it
maybe he
went to
wanted
OT.
some. Yeah, maybe he wanted some like revenge or something.
Revenge.
Who knows? We got Alfred in the chat. Uh, just going, sup boys,
Hey,
big
Alfred.
W. Doc was never meant to be a first liner. Stasson versus Ratu, who do you send down? Um, I think
Oh,
I think you
that's
keep
you
both of
have to.
them.
No, but I mean, if you had to pick between the two, it would have to be Sasson because of the waiver eligibility.
Yeah,
I think Sasson still has, after this game today, I think he has 30 games left for the
yeah,
exact.
yeah. So, well, yeah, definitely. If between the two, obviously, I'd go with Sasson because of that. Um,
Yeah.
but maybe like you mentioned, maybe it ends up being Doc. Maybe they want to keep Sasson up. But yeah, between the two, definitely Sasson because of the waiver, and he's probably the easiest to send down. I mean, I think I saw this may have actually been Brandon Astle who tweeted this, basically saying, you know, when he got sent down at the start of the season, you know, he didn't mope at all. He just, you know, took it in stride, went back down to Abby, and like you said, he ended up, you know, getting like 3 points while with Abby, and then he comes
Yeah.
back up and scores a goal. So,
Oh man, like he knew he was going to be up there.
oh yeah,
So there's nothing to really mope about when they're just trying out the 18-year-old to see if he'll stick.
mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's good that he had the mentality that, you know what, you didn't want me up there right now. You picked the kid over me. I'm going to show you what's going on. And he lit it up. So it's good for him. Good on him.
Yeah. On speaking of Coots, what was your impression of Coots like through those 3 games that he played?
I would say it was still tough to sort of evaluate, but I guess the coaching staff is the coaching staff for that. But from a fan perspective, watching the game, he wasn't very noticeable. And I think the reason is like why is because he was playing on sheltered minutes. Each game he had less than 10 minutes. So how do you evaluate that? Or maybe, you know, the coaching staff didn't give him the minutes because he wasn't showing enough to deserve the minutes. But if they were to keep him playing that type of minutes, like why bother? Like let him go to the dub, get some experience, get some confidence, and you know, come back stronger. Because I mean, he never hit 100 points last year, and I think he had just averaged over a point a game. I think he had like 60 some odd points, and he played maybe like 61 or 62 games. So yeah, it's just tough because I would have liked to see Coots on maybe PP2 and maybe an elevated, like more minutes kind of, uh, you know, a line. If that was the case, then it would be great. Because in the preseason, it looked great. I mean, Coots and Lecky with Kane looks great, but that was preseason.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's really time for him to light it up in the dub, come back stronger next year. And at that point next year, if he's still not, you know, to the point where he is to stay in the NHL, the Canucks have that option to actually put him in Abbey next year because they have that one roster spot, right? So I think everything's working
Mm-hmm.
within the timeline that they have set for him. He just surprised them this year and you know it kind of jumped the gun, right? But you know everything's back on track. I think the team is where it should be at right now.
Yeah, for sure. It's like what Elfrin said in the comments. He was invisible through 3 games, but again, sending Coots back to the WHL was the right thing to do, so he can marinate into a better player next time he comes back up to the NHL. And I completely agree with that. No, this is just 3 games. You know, it's like I mentioned in my Coots video the other day. They could very well bring him back up before the end of the season. They may not. Who knows?
Yeah.
But this is obviously what's best for his career. And Adam Foote even said that, you know, this has nothing to do with, you know, how he played. It's just they think it's the best decision for him.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people just don't, or kind of forgetting, he's only 18 years old. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I think it's the same with Lekaramaki too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only a year older. I think Lekaramaki is 19.
Yeah.
And
So.
people are busting on him. You know, he's waiver exempt too. At this point right now, like this was the first game that he was waived, and I feel like that he should, you know, if they're not going to play him or if they're going to play him those minutes, then might as well just send him down to Abbey to get top line minutes, at least play, you know, gain the confidence back again. And then, I'm sure at some point he'll get called back up. But right now, sitting him in the press means nothing. And at least Carlson gets to play because Carlson is not waiver exempt. If they send him down, someone might claim him. I don't know who would, but there is that chance, right?
Hmm.
And
Uh,
back to sort of Alfred's question earlier, it seems like if they were to waive Ratu, people would claim him because he has that potential. He's been playing well. Um, so the obvious question is, he was saying Sasson or Ratu, it would be Sasson. But like you said, I don't think it would be Sasson. They would send down someone like Lekaramaki, who's in the press, or potentially Doc, Drew O'Connor. Um, and if someone picks him up, great. That's 2.5 million off the books, right?
yeah, I was actually just about to say, we were wondering like who would they send down? Perhaps they would send down Karamaki if when they bring back Bluger,
Yeah.
since he didn't play tonight, and
Well,
he's
no,
way
Bluger
very
is actually on the roster right now.
okay.
Yeah, he's not even on injury reserve. He's on the roster, so he's one of the three spots right now. So
Oh,
right
okay.
now, aside from I think Pio Joseph is an IR, Hogs is on long term,
Hmm.
and then yeah, Lekaramaki is a third,
Okay.
but they just didn't call up anyone else. I think it's Lecky, Bluger, and Forbert.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. All right. Well, that was just an idea that I had. If they wanted to send somebody down, it could be Lucky, but we'll see. Is there anything else that we didn't really cover for the game tonight? We got the shots. Um, or here's one. Who do you think? Well, it's actually probably an obvious answer, but do you think they roll with Demko tomorrow, or is it automatic that Lankinen starts?
Oh no, it's gonna be Lanky. I mean, there's no point because you played a great game. You should ride him again. That's how he got injured the first time. And you have this one-two punch, like this 1A, 1B kind of scenario. Just give it to Lanky and let Demko rest because there's another back-to-back when they come back. Like after this game, I think next week it's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Um, or is it Sunday, Tuesday? I can't remember, but I think there was a back to back next week also. So it's probably better for them to play Lanky, have Demmer for the game after that, and then continue on.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Hopefully they don't start Demko. I mean, I guess we'll find out in the morning. But yeah, if it were up to me, I'd start Lankinen with it being a back to back, and obviously that's automatic because of Demko. Even though he only had what was it, uh, 31 shots, so 28 saves on 31 shots. But even then, you don't want to risk it, especially this early in the season. So yeah,
It's
definitely
game
go.
4. Yeah.
Yeah,
Tomorrow's game 5. Come on, man. Like we
yeah,
we need him for the rest of the year. And especially if Demmer wants to play for the US. I mean, I don't know if you saw the news today. It was announced that him and Brock are also added to potential
yeah. I saw
players
that.
that could play for US. So I mean, if Demko's actually wanting that, he'd probably not risk it, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be most likely
Mhm.
Lankinen.
Yeah, well, it looks like Demko got his wish. He seems to have gotten the attention of Team USA through
Yeah.
the first 4 games. So, which is great, because he's through the first 4 games. You can't deny that he's pretty much been the best Canuck through 4 games,
No, but
despite
it's
him
weird
being
because
injured.
they announced it today and he only played 2 games so far. Well, not including the preseason.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I think he played one preseason game or a game and a half of preseason. I mean, US obviously knew they messed up. Come on. How do
yeah,
you leave Demko off the list?
yeah.
Like, there,
Especially
in
when
what world do you like? Come on.
Yes, especially when you have Joey Decord on the list. Like he makes
Exactly.
it. It's like really what
There's
Joey Decord?
like Joey Decord was like an e-bug to start his career, wasn't it? I remember that game. I think it was like
I'm not sure.
Ottawa. It was, yeah, but bro, like there's no. Anyways, they rectified everything. That's great, and even Brock gets a nod, so that's great. But it was like 3 games that Brock played before they announced it. So
Yeah,
who knows? Who knows? Hopefully we have that, but I don't know. That's also another problem for us in February. Like, do you want all your players to go to the Olympics? Like, Lanky's probably going for Finland.
yeah.
Then you have Huggy that's going. And
Probably
then,
PD.
yeah, probably PD. And then Garland was also invited. Um, and then now Brock, Demmer. So that's like 6
Yeah.
already on the team, right?
Uh,
Like, do you want them
Doc.
to play that
Doc might
much
go. Drew O'Connor might go too. I think.
for US?
Well, didn't he? He was on the junior team, so he might. Who knows?
Okay.
I'm
The
not sure
way
if
he
that's
played tonight, no, I don't think
no,
so.
no. I'm not sure if that's confirmed, but I know he was on the junior team. So
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll worry about that when the time comes, right?
yeah, for sure. Looks like Elfrin is on the opposite foot when it comes to starting Demko. Go with the hot hand and put Demko in.
Alfred,
That's
bro, it's game 5, man. It's game 5.
he does go on to say back to back at home with Habs and the Oilers.
Yeah.
Back to back, I'd go Lanky and Demmer in that order for the 25th and 26th.
Yeah, that one's gonna be tough. Do you play Denver against Edmonton instead of
Uh,
Montreal, or would you play like the other way around?
I'd probably go Lanky Demmer just because it's the Habs. Um, I would most certainly want Demko against the Oilers, even though he's already played them once.
Okay,
But if you think about it, he played really well in that game against the Oilers.
that's true. That's true.
So
But dude, I don't know if you watched any of the highlights of the Habs game. They won with like a second and a half left in overtime.
oh wow.
It was Caulfield from Suzuki. It was great.
Of course, it was. I don't think I have Caulfield in my fantasy this year. I usually always have him in, but I don't think I drafted him this year, which is a
He's
big
playing well
mistake
so
on my
far.
part. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Alfred goes like, "Come on, it's Chicago." I guess he really wants Demko in, but it's like what I said earlier. You can't really count out Chicago, even though it's Chicago.
Yeah.
So
Think about it. Chicago wasn't the one of the last teams to be winless. It was the Islanders and Sharks, but Islanders won tonight.
hmm.
Bo Horvat with a hat trick.
Yeah,
Like, bro, come on, man. I was kind of pissed because this was one of the games on my parlay tonight, and Bo just ruined it for me because the Oilers lost. And Bo had a shorthanded goal at the end of the second, comes and scores a power play goal in the third, and then throws in the empty netter. I mean, we've seen those games when he was in Vancouver. We've seen a hat trick like that in Vancouver. I'm pretty sure you remember those.
oh yeah,
And yeah, I mean, good for Bo. Yeah,
yeah. I saw. Hey, I'm just glad the Oilers lost. Not that I was rooting for the Islanders, but hey, good on Bo. Gets a hat trick. It's like what Kempner keeps saying. Canucks fans have a love affair with their exes. Um, I have at least 2 Horvat jerseys. So
yeah, me too, man. Like it sucks. Like, and it's funny because when I go to games, I want to wear a jersey that is a current player.
mhm.
And I've noticed that a lot of people wear Horvat jerseys at the arena.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, bro, the guy's gone. It's not like, and it's fresh, right? It's what, 2 years in?
yeah,
I mean, if you're wearing a beret, a Linden, Sedin, uh, Longo, that's understandable. Like these guys have been retired, gone for a while. But if you're wearing a Horvat jersey, bro, like that it's just, yeah, I don't know. And I have two of them. I have one in the Sprite, like the reverse retro,
mhm,
which I love that jersey. I don't understand why people hate that jersey because I hated that maroon version of it, and to have some blue and green, like great. And then I have the black skate one, which I can't wear because it's Horvat and it has a C, and you'd see it, and instead of 43, it's 53, and it's yeah. Anyways, I think by the next game, home game, I'll have a black skate jersey. I have one that yeah, something might be coming up. So
oh yeah. Well, it's okay. Whenever they have the black skate, I do have a Pedersen of not the newest version of it, but like the 50-year
yeah,
one for
with the
Petey.
white.
Yeah, with the white. I do like the newer skate one, that doesn't have the white because I feel as though the number it really pops.
Yeah, it's
But that
thinner.
one I have Kuzmenko. Um, so I
The
don't
the
mind
black
wearing that
skate
one.
one.
Yeah, I don't mind wearing that one to games, even though it's got Kuzmenko on it. So
Yeah, that one's kind of fine, I think. Because I mean, he was only here for a year, right?
mhm.
It's kind of like someone wearing a like I don't know, Juleson jersey. I don't know. I can't think of someone. But yeah.
Danton Heinen, a Danton Heinen jersey.
Yeah. But I mean, for people that buy a jersey that have like, come on, man. I mean, you got to give them props for actually getting a jersey like that.
Yeah, and
So
actually that one Sam bought me, so I managed to
the
talk her into
koozie
getting
one,
me. Yeah, the Kuzi one, she bought me that.
yeah.
So
Because I mean, to be honest, like most of the jerseys you're not gonna get on sale, I mean,
mhm.
with exception of Horvat. But the thing
Yeah,
is, like, I don't think I got mine at like I don't even know why I got it. Yeah, I think it was mainly because there was like a C on it, and yeah. But yeah, the
yeah.
next one,
My
I
Miller
also
one,
have a yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Miller.
my Miller one was on sale because it was right after he got traded.
How much you
So
get that bad boy for?
uh, I think it was like $100, like before
Damn.
tax.
Yeah, I
And
should
I
have gotten
think
one.
even the lady at the Canucks store when I went to go pick it up was like,
Yeah,
"This is a good." Because I told her, like I know he's gone, but I had to get this. She's like, "Good idea." It's because they were flying. I think
yeah,
that's the same way that Trev got his too. Was he only paid like $100 for it at the Canucks store or on Van Base? Like, I think him and I both like think he got his mailed to him or something. But
yeah,
I actually went down to the Canucks store. Like I ordered it through Van Base and said I'll pick it up in store. Just so there's no like shipping fees. And yeah, it was
yeah.
like a little over $100. So
Yeah, I thought about it, but by the time I saw it on Van Base, it was already like there weren't sizes, so I was like, screw it. Because I
yeah,
already have a Horvat of that jersey, and I'm thinking like, is there a point of getting another player that's traded? Like it feels like whenever I get a jersey, I'm doomed for them to be
yeah.
traded. And yeah, the only one that is of the current roster that I still have is Demmer and Petey.
Mm-hmm.
But my Horvat, Miller, because I got Miller with Johnny Canuck. I'll wear that at the New York game. And then hopefully have a new black skate that night.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing with me too in jerseys. While we're on the topic of jerseys, no, I think I had the stick and rink one with like that they had as
The
an
new version.
alternate, the newer
The
version
new
where it
version.
had like the dots on the numbers on the back.
Yeah.
That was their way of like representing rain for Vancouver. I got that one. And then I think I got a separate one, which I didn't buy. I actually won the jersey through a place I was working at. So I technically had 2 Horvat jerseys. And then not long after that, he got traded. So I was like, oh, crud. So that's when I had Sam get me the Kuzmenko jersey. And within a year and a half, Kuzmenko gets traded. And I'm like cursed with Canucks jerseys. But yeah.
Hopefully not anymore. Are you planning on getting a jersey anytime soon?
Well, we'll see what Sam has to say. She hates it when I buy them, but I have a Quinn one. Is I believe my most recent one, which is like just over here. I did recently get a Luongo one when they had the Luongo night.
Yeah.
But I mean, how do you not get a jersey that night with the patch on the front?
You can always get the patch put back on because I think there's a time frame. As long as you have that jersey from that era or that night or whatever, you can get it patched on for free. That was the same thing with the 50th year. As long as it's one of those jerseys, they can pop it on for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was I think that was one of my the PD one that I have has that 50-year patch on it with the skate. And I think it was trying to think. I might have one more that actually has that 50-year patch on it.
I'm trying to get that patch, but it's all gone.
Yeah.
Like you can't get that patch anymore.
No. I think the PD jersey that I got, I think it was like when I was in the store, it was like the last one that already had the patch on. So, yeah.
Yeah, but about that stick in the rink, that one, I got Demko on that one, and then he actually signed it at the year-end event, um, at the 23-24 season. So yeah, 24. So last year, end of last season, not yeah.
Yeah, I think at the time I actually really liked that design. I don't know why. I mean, I've always liked the stick and rink. It reminded me of when I played hockey because that was like the North Fan, or was it the
North Shore
Fan
Winter
logo?
Club.
Yeah,
North Shore Winter
that
Club.
was the North Fan logo. Yeah, so I always liked it, and I did like the dots on the numbers. I thought that was a nice little, nod to how much it rains here in the city, and thought it was interesting that they would add that to a jersey. But yeah.
I have the original one when they first redid it the first time. So not the original stick in the ring, but the first time that they redid it. That was during the 06, 07.
07, I think, yeah.
And I got Linden on that one. And then now because the ice is all white on the dark jersey, I have all the alum sign on the ice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's the one I would bring out when, there's alums that come out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Is there anything else? We've been going for a little over an hour.
Yeah. Hey, when is Matt coming on? Have you scheduled it yet?
Tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, is it gonna be live?
Yeah, it'll be live tomorrow afternoon.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Excited for you, man.
For those that aren't aware, I'll be having Matt Sakaris on the show tomorrow afternoon at about 1:15. I'll have him on for about 20 minutes.
So 150 to 210? Or 115?
1:15, yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
be sure to join Tyler tomorrow at 1:15.
Looking forward to that. Tonight I'm going to be doing my notes for it, getting that all set up. So very much looking forward to that. And once again, thank you for what you did at the watch party.
Yeah, no worries.
If it wasn't for you,
no problem.
this wouldn't have happened. So I wanted to
It's
get
all
that
you,
out
man.
there.
You got it done quickly. It's like it's been less than a week. But
Yeah. Well,
yeah, because when I was talking to him, I it felt like he genuinely would help out, YouTubers out there that are covering the Canucks. So
mhm.
I'm glad you swooped in, did your thing, message, DM'd him, and got everything done. This is all you, man. You got this,
Yep.
brother. Just make sure you
Looks like we
don't you
got
don't rev yeah, just right. Just make sure
Canucks
you don't
Uncensored in the
reveal where
house.
people live, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. But yeah,
Is that
Canucks
Whit? Is
Uncensored in
it
the house.
Whit?
I'm not sure if it's Wit or Jordan. It could be either one of them. But good to see you
I
guys.
If it's
But
Whit,
yeah,
your streak's still on, bro. Your streak's still on. They had to win this. They had to win this Dallas game, and then hopefully tomorrow's not a trap game. And then there's Washington on Sunday. Uh, is it Pittsburgh on Tuesday?
I'm not 100% sure. I know that game against Washington is bright and early, like 9 a.m. on the
Yeah,
Sunday.
that's gonna be a tough game.
Yeah.
It's like having brunch.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
there's a chance that the Jays might be playing, or no, that they will be playing on Sunday as well.
Because the Jays play game 5 tomorrow, right?
Yeah, they play game 5 tomorrow, and then game 6 would be on Sunday, they said, because game 6 is back in Toronto.
So is it gonna be Sunday, Monday? So it'll be done by Monday?
Yeah, I think they said if there's a deciding game 7, it could be Monday for game 7.
Because baseball's a little different. Because obviously I don't really watch baseball, but this is the year. Yeah, Witt's talking about the 8-2.
Yeah.
We should have put some money on it, Witt. Like if it was gonna be 8-2, that'd be pretty crazy. But yeah, for those that are watching this and don't know, Witt is on Canucks Uncensored with Jordan, and they do uncensored raw takes of the Canucks. Sorry, I'm trying to plug them right now on Tyler's channel, but
Okay.
this is a great community, and these guys, Witt and Jordan, have done it for a few months. So if you like the raw uncensored stuff, hop over there and check it out.
Yeah,
I feel like I
definitely
need
go
to
check
start
out.
doing a channel.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
you
need to
definitely
start
should.
doing a channel, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Or maybe I'll
definitely.
just jump on because I feel like I jump onto yours, jump onto Clay's, jump onto Uncensored. Like I don't have my own space, and I feel like I know enough about the Canucks to do this, but we'll see. I mean, if people are actually watching this stream right now or rewatching this, leave comments below just so I know, and maybe we'll put some things together, or maybe Tyler and I can work on something. How's that?
Yeah. Well, I still don't know if this is Wit or Jordan, but they're saying do it.
It sounds like
Yeah.
Witt.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, hey, I'd love to have you on more consistently, especially if you wanted to maybe have this be a regular thing for post game shows, just to get
Sure.
another voice.
Yeah.
And just so not everyone is hearing my voice talking, I can get some more insights on the game. So yeah, definitely we could absolutely make sure this happens for sure. I mean, it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be all the time because, of schedules and whatnot, but definitely I'm more than willing to have you on like anytime just to get your insights and have hour and almost 10-minute conversations about the Canucks, jerseys, who knows?
Is this one of your longest streams, Tyler?
Probably, yeah, at least in a while.
Okay.
Ben Bentang Warrior says Canucks OG show. That's actually good. That's really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if you guys think this is something that you guys would watch, leave some comments down below, and Tyler and I might work up something and maybe make this more consistent, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I mean, I love talking about the Canucks, and every time someone has like an open house of some sort, I'd like to jump on, chime in on it. And it's been a lot of fun. I think something that I really want to say is I think the last the last few years, especially with Clay's group, the community that he's built. So Canuck Clay, that's where Tyler and I met. Is a great community, and there's a lot of support, especially for other YouTubers like Tyler, like Canucks Uncensored, Whit and Jordan, and Red Trev. Um, yeah, it's great, and for me, it's taken up a lot of time. And whenever I need support, these guys are there, or whenever someone needs support, I'm there. I'm a huge mental health advocate, so I feel like having the Canucks sort of take up some time for us, to have our head, wander off onto focusing on something else, like the Canucks, good or bad, is great, sort of for our mental health, as opposed to dwelling and thinking about our problems, or not facing our problems. It's a great outlet for us, which is what I'm saying. So yeah, thank you for what you're doing, Tyler. And it's been awesome getting to know you through Clay's group, and also now here at uh the Line Change.
Yeah, and Canucks Uncensored PD 2 points now, worth 11.6 yet. And then you had Bintang Warrior saying, well, he's earned the 0.6% at least.
Well, no,
0.6.
technically PD has 3 points. He got his first goal tonight, the first goal for Dallas.
Yeah, there you go. We got Kempner Canucks in the house. Awesome.
What's up, Kempner?
Yeah. But yeah, this has been fun. This has been a lot of fun. I've been battling a little bit of a cold the last day or so, so glad I was able to jump on and do this. And I believe Clay's starting in 4 minutes, 3 minutes?
Yeah.
So I know you and I are going to both want to jump in on that.
Yeah.
So it's been great having you on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Kempner, big win in Big D. Absolutely. I guess you could chalk this up as another comeback win, since they were down 2-0 in the first period, and they scored those 4 unanswered goals in the second. So that's now twice now we've been in the Big D, and pulled out the comeback win. Obviously, tonight wasn't as big as that one last year. That one last year was had a lot more oomph to it, I would say. I believe this is Whit saying PD pulling a Louis Eriksson. Hopefully there's no PD police watching this stream right now. Seeing a little bit of PD hate, but it's like what you and I said earlier. Hopefully he turns it around. He does need to. Perhaps maybe he'll turn things around tomorrow and shut us up. Perhaps he'll have more than one shot, and I know Justin will be happy about that. As a matter of fact, if he puts up more than one shot within one period, I'm going to message Justin and be like, there you go. So, but yeah. Great plug.
Well, hopefully it's a good game. Yeah. Everyone go over to Kempner's Kempner Canucks if you haven't. Like and subscribe his videos. But it's time to head over to Clay's, and if you don't know where Clay is, it's Canuck Clay. I'm gonna jump off and head over there. And once again, Tyler, thank you for having me. Maybe we'll do an impromptu one tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll be in touch. Thanks again.
Yep.
I'll see you over there.
Sure. Thanks for coming on. So once again, I'll see you over there, bud. So yeah, that's Gerald, good friend. Definitely gonna have him on once again. But as I mentioned, I'm gonna hop off. It's been an hour and 15. Hope you guys enjoyed this post-game show. And if you guys want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, be sure to hit that like button, And be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video. If you want, you can find and interact with us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. As you can see, those are the names right there. Feel free to give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. If you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcast. On Spotify, feel free to give us a follow as well as rate and review us. It is, of course, greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel. That's going to do it for me. As always, let's go Canucks, and I'll see you guys in the next video.